What's up, you guys? I'm back with a new video, and today we're making donuts. And just a heads up, this video was, I won't say a fail, but it was kind of frustrating at some points. But right now I'm just adding in 3 cups of flour, and I'm sifting it with this sifting tool that I found in my drawer. So yeah. After that, I'm adding a tablespoon of yeast. I'm adding some sugar, 3 tablespoons of it, and a pinch of salt. And then I'm just going to whisk all that together and make sure they're all nicely incorporated to each other. And then I'm added some egg yolks and then some warm milk, 2 egg yolks and 3/4 cup of warm milk. Can't forget to add the 2 tablespoons of butter. And then you just want to mix that in really well with your spatula or whatever you use to mix it in. You can also use your hands, and that's what I'm going to end up doing right here. Now you can go ahead and take it out and sit into your workspace. Just make sure your workspace is clean so nothing gets into the dough. And I think this is where I messed up a bit, because I think I kneaded it for a bit too long, because I'm used to making like dinner rolls and stuff and not dessert dough, but I think I kneaded it for too long. So make sure you don't knead it for too long. But here I'm putting it into the bowl and letting it set for 1 hour. You want to make sure to clean your workspace. In this case, it's the counter for me, but you want to make sure it's nice and clean so it can be all sanitized. And speaking of clean, I'm gonna go ahead and clean my dishes, because if I didn't clean them then, I was not gonna remember to clean them after I had finished the donuts. So I'm like, why not? I'll just do it now. And it did go pretty quick, so I'm glad I did it then. Alright, so it's been actually 2 hours, because after 1 hour passed, I checked on it and it didn't get bigger at all. And as you can see, it didn't get bigger either. Oh, and the camera fell. But you can see I'm kind of like surprised that it didn't get big at all. It didn't rise. So, well, now we're just pouring the oil in and flouring the workspace to roll it out and get it ready for the donuts. At this point, I was really frustrated because the dough didn't rise, and I was worried, because usually when the dough doesn't rise, for me, that's when it means like it won't get too big and it won't be fluffy and light and airy like I want it to be. So right here, I'm just cutting out the donut holes out of the donuts, and I used the cup to cut the donut shape. And that's probably the easiest part. And this is the excess dough. Of course, you have to reuse that. You can't throw all that away, because it's still a lot of dough and you can make a lot of donuts with it. Now the oil is hot enough for a donut to be popped in, and you want to be really careful here, and you don't want to just splash it in there, because that's the dangerous part. As you can see, it looked golden brown, but this is also when I got pretty frustrated, because I went to see if it was fully cooked, and no, it still looked really gooey inside. It looked like it was cheese inside of there, so I chose to let it cook for like at least 3 minutes instead of 2. That donut came out a bit better. It wasn't as gooey, so I think that one was a good exception. So I was gonna bake them all the same as the second one. If you have made it this far into the video, go ahead and smash that like button and click subscribe so you can see more content like this, and trust me, it will be very immersive content. As you can see, the donut just flew out when I was trying to shake all the oil off of it. I kind of got carried away, and it was piping hot to touch. That last one I did was kind of burnt, but it's alright. But now we're going to be making the icing. All it is for the icing is powdered sugar, milk, vanilla, and you just want to mix that together until everything's nicely incorporated. And what I kind of made was a blue glaze with some food dye, because the icing is a bit more thick, and that's more of a glaze, but it still came out looking pretty good and tasting good, of course. I added some of these rose gold sprinkles onto the donuts, and it did end up looking good. And that was some silver spray to make them shiny. I realized that didn't work out too well, so yeah, again, I kind of got carried away with all the stuff I had in the cabinets. But now I'm just setting them on the plate, and I'm plating them and everything, making them look nice, and adding more food coloring to the rest of the icing to give a nice little dark blue drizzle. Again, we gotta clean up our station. Okay, time for the moment of truth. Time for me to try them. They ended up tasting okay. I didn't really like them too much and made my stomach feel weird. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Subscribe.